It's a bittersweet week. It's our final week of the class, so there isn't a topic to introduce, but we are wrapping up this week, and when you get to the expectations, it may seem a little overwhelming. So I want to make sure that I explain that as part of the class wrap-up, that portfolio presentation is not a formal presentation by any means. This is one last time to share the link to the artifacts that you've created for this class and reflect on how this class has changed your personal view of message design, of visual literacy, and how this is going to affect. So on screen you just see a very simple flow chart, a cyclical chart that talks about your past and present actions, and that's what you've done in this class, your experiences. Observations that you've made, the documentation and notes along the way from the different chapters that we've covered, and then reflecting that synthesis, how what we've done throughout this class and our discussions and our assignments have shaped your experiences and your observations. And then planning as you move forward for future action. What does this mean in the future? Anecdotally, there was a fantastic little story during the capstone defenses this semester where we had a group of students who were about to go into their defense. Some of you know who I'm talking about because you were there, and the comment was made that they were happy that I would not be in their defense because the visuals they were using to defend their case study didn't follow all the best practices and guidelines. Now, some may find that comments like those aren't positive. I see a lot of positivity in those comments. It means that you are paying attention, that you have learned from this experience, you are taking that forward. Now, for whatever reason, you aren't able to implement the best practices in every given instance, and that's okay. As long as you recognize that there's a better way, I call that a win. But keep in mind, for those of you continuing on to other classes in the ITEC program, when you take other classes, it is expected that you'll be using what you've learned in this class in those classes. Specifically, I can tell you when you get to ITEC 5350 with me next spring, I will grade you based off of the knowledge and information and skills that you've gleaned from this class. So when I'm grading those assignments in 5350 and I'm giving feedback to a student, I go back and I check my rosters to see who has taken 5320 or who's concurrently enrolled in 5320. And I remind you of the topics that we've covered if for some reason you've forgotten or didn't have a chance to apply those concepts. So just something to think about as you move forward in your program and progressing through your program. So with that, let's take a look at our final expectation. Use the on-screen navigation to access another section of this week's overview.